Hi, everybody. Good morning. I just wanted to put this video together, go over a few things that some people had questions about. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for the positive feedback and also suggestions on how to make this class much better. I really do appreciate it. The other thing I really appreciate is the compliments and the feedback about the article that I put out there about shedding stigma. Personal article, but it's one of my career goals in trying to like help people better understand addiction and mental health. When I was working in the hospital, that was probably the biggest reason why people struggled in treatment, abstained from getting treatment, resisted treatment, were in denial, was stigma, how they were going to be judged and how they were going to be perceived. So thank you very much, everybody. A few things I want to go over. So the dysfunctional thought record competency video. The main goal of these competency videos is when you're talking to your client or loved one, friend, is allowing, like, you're teaching them what you've done, whether it's the cognitive distortions and challenging it, or the dysfunctional thought record, and having them walk away and be able to like understand why the DTR is effective and how to do it, where they can actually do it on their own. I found that the cognitive distortions competency number 2 videos, the ones that were longer in nature, like I'd say like between 10 and 20 minutes, some people 25, were really well done because that person that you were explaining to really understood everything. They understood what every cognitive distortion was, that you gave good feedback and examples. Then you allowed them to come up with a negative thought that they had. You allowed them to look at the cognitive distortion sheet and pick out for themselves, hey, you know what? It looks like I'm doing fortune telling. Okay, good job. And then challenge it with a positive, adaptive, realistic. Because hopefully, I mean, I doubt, hopefully your friends and loved ones are doing this afterwards, but probably not. But you're helping them understand, like, when they have a negative thought, how to challenge it. They can do it on their own, for it doesn't spiral out of control, which we see a lot of times. Which some of the examples that I do in groups and individual therapy. Whenever I do speaking engagements, I go through this and I illustrate how these negative thoughts, without challenging it, can kind of like have that like downward spiral, where you start engaging in certain behaviors that you don't want to. So the same thing applies for the DTR. You really want to teach it. It's definitely, this is not going to be a short video. Like, I do not want you to breeze through the video. I want you to like at least have between 10 to 20 minutes, I think is good. Even some have been longer. The more you're in front of the camera, the more your anxiety will decrease, exposure. And you really want to ask questions like, do you understand this? I personally think the DTR is the most difficult one to share with clients. There's a lot that goes into it. You want to share every aspect of it. You want to go, especially the 6 questions. Now, when you start practicing this on your own, you may not need all 6 questions, but for this, I want everybody to ask those 6 questions when it comes down to the alternative response column. The one I always like to go is about the friend. That's my go-to one whenever someone may be struggling with alternate responses. But your goal is just to teach it. The other thing is I want to talk about the paper. I gave you a paper online, which is now you don't have to follow that exact format, but I just wanted to give you like a guideline of what it could look like. You can take things out. You can add, headings that you think are important to your paper. I don't want bullets. That's not appropriate in really college writing. If you do use the CBT conceptualization, you would write that in paragraph form, but you can include in your appendices, the CBT diagram. So that's if you want to do that. You do not have to, but someone asked a question about that, and I think that's a pretty good idea. All right. So my daughter's been waiting patiently to ask you a question. This is my oldest daughter. My youngest one will get on here. I'm not done, but I will say participation in this class really relies on the comments. I know online classes, it's like, oh, I have to put this comment down just for he knows that I'm like looking at it and reading it. And like, thanks, Dr. Mack, for this. That's great. Honestly, I need to say it because I need to know that you're seeing this and watching these videos, because that's the only way you're going to get participation. We're not in class. I'm not watching people. I don't know how active listening is going on. Honestly, there could be certain situations, and I know from people that I went to school with that they don't pay attention to anything on here, and they just kind of wing it with the tests and the papers and different things like that. I need to see some participation. So the question in these videos is perfect. So I want to bring in, this is my oldest daughter. This is Morgan, my oldest, and say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Okay. So she is going to ask you a question. And by the way, first, tell everybody how much you love the Philadelphia Eagles.
I hate them.
No, you don't. No, she hates a bad word. Hates a bad word. So, okay. See what I live with, people? Please, if you help her. Give me strategies on how to make this girl an Eagles fan. Okay. So, what question would you like to ask the class? And remember, Eva's question was, they're all beautiful. So, all right. So, what is your question?
What is your favorite animal?
Okay, what is your favorite animal? So, my favorite animal is a dog, because I have a dog, Vinny, who I love with all my heart. And do you want to say your favorite animal? It changes so many times, so I'm scared of what's going to come out of her mouth right now. All right, so go ahead. What's your favorite animal?
A bat.
I knew you were going to say bat. And we're never going to own a bat. It's just like yesterday it was a cat. The other day it was a dog. Now it's a bat. Don't give me that look, girl.
It was always a bat.
No, it wasn't.
So what?
What do you like about a bat?
I don't know.
See, good answer. That's great.
My favorite color is black, and the black.
Yeah, your favorite color is black. Please, people, help me. All right, thank you. All right, you can go watch. And right now she's watching. So her favorite show, which she watched the entire seasons. Don't put that on yet, please. Is Charmed. She got her hair cut like the girl from Charmed, Alyssa Milano's character. Now she's watching a Hallmark show, which I have to watch. Google this. It's called The Good Witch. It is like those corny Christmas movies on the Hallmark Channel.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No, it isn't.
I'll let everybody know. I think some of you may have seen older pictures, but before I had kids, my hair went down all the way to my back.
No,
now look.
No, it didn't.
That's because of my kids.
It did not.
All right. So
I saw you in the pictures.
Thank you.
You had a mustache.
I appreciate it. All right, go back. Go get ready to watch your show. All right. So again, if you have any questions, so we got the DTR, we have the papers. The other thing about the paper is it could be someone you know. It could be yourself if you feel comfortable putting that in there. I will say my paper was about myself, but certain like the session by session thing, it was kind of made up. I kind of I brought it back 7 years, and I was like, what would it look like in this kind of way? What could have really helped me? You can get very creative. You can do a family member. You can do a fictitious person. You can make somebody up. But I want you to really use this individual as a basis for CBT for trauma, CBT for substance use, stuff like that. You can get creative. Like I said, you can take things out, add things. You can keep it exactly the format I had. That's no problem. Your lit review, somebody had a question. You could have a short lit review, like mine's kind of short, or you could have a literature review for 2 to 3 pages. The most important thing about this, and for those who have had me already and for those who are going to have me in the future, writing is extremely important. When I graduated in 2004 from Holy Family, I was not prepared to professionally write. I went into my the doctorate program, and my first paper that I handed in got destroyed. I got a very extremely low grade on it. I was asked to go to a tutor, go to the writing center, all these kind of things. And out of my cohort of 32 people, 20 of us were recommended to do this. And some of us didn't. Only 8 out of the 20 that were recommended did it. I was like, hey, I'll do anything in my power to get better because I know how difficult it is to get through. a master's program, a doctorate program. I know how hard it is, and I did. And in my cohort of 32 people, only 12 of us graduated. So it's really important in our careers, because this is a career for everybody. This is no longer a job. You're getting a master's. You're going to be LPC. Some of you may move on to become future doctors. It's professional writing is very important. So, need you to take this paper, and I need the writing to flow. You want someone to read it. You want someone who kind of has an idea of APA to read it and see if it makes sense, if everything flows. Spelling errors, please. I do not want to see that. Grammarly.com is one thing that I encourage people to like really use. It's pretty awesome. And I think it's worth it if you're in the program and you really want to make sure your grammar is set and overused words. It says, so you want someone to really like double check to make sure like the running head, something as small as running head, colon, then everything in caps, the title for the first page. The H in running head needs to be lowercase. Something small as that. But I'll give you a lot of great feedback for you can hold on to, and hopefully never make those errors again as you move on throughout your education here at Holy Family and your career. But you definitely want to make sure everything's, and definitely get that APA 6th edition manual. Double check everything. Take your time with it, but you definitely want someone to read it. I had my wife read it because she's much smarter than me. I think everybody in here knows. Sorry. And I think my daughter knows. But she read everything, and like in the very beginning, I was getting graded by my mom as a first grader. Like there was red all over the place. And I really worked on my writing in the doctorate program to the point of after my first year, I didn't get below an A. Every paper after that, I got an A. And for my dissertation, I did a qualitative dissertation, and I had no revisions, which is very unheard of a lot of times when you're talking about your dissertation and doctorate level. But like I said, I really, really worked hard. Lot of hours. So if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns about the flow of this class, any suggestions to make it better, any feedback, please let me know. Any other questions, do not be afraid to ask questions to me. It's no problem. I will definitely address it as fast as I can. So just let everybody know, too, for the next week, I'm going to be up the mountains a little bit. We don't get wireless other than in a certain area. I will be trying to get back to everybody if you have questions and different things like that. But other than that, I hope this is the second day of the summer. So I hope everybody has a great summer. I'll be coming out with another video. Let me know if you have any other questions that you want me to put a video to, because I'll do that. And I also, today I'm going out to buy more sunscreen because I burn like crazy. Not like my daughters and my wife who tan. They love it. Have a great summer, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.